All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of Uber Farmer Cigar Deck Talks. Back out on the deck here. Not many of these left, I think, in this season. The sun is definitely getting lower and lower in the sky earlier and earlier. And the weather's starting to give those early signs and symbols that it's going to be changing here. Homeschooling mama swears she's seen some yellow leaves even in a couple of our trees. So the deck is going to be limited. We'll be back full time in the garage. All right, what are we smoking? What are we drinking? The cigar tonight. Oscar Valdez. This is the Cicerone edition. If you guys, I've smoked this one before. It comes with this really weird art, huge band on it. It's okay. It's got a poor draw, just like the first one I smoked of it. Luckily, I got my new draw tool from Father's Day, and that cleared that right up. And she's doing much better. For the beer tonight, a fun one from Odd Side. I have a couple of Odd Sides coming up. Bean Flicker Shamrock. This one is supposed to be a coffee blonde ale with added flavors of mint and Irish cream. So, kudos. We'll give this one a try here. See how it is. See if it lives up to being to that Irish flavor, Irish cream flavor. And it's an ale, a little bit lighter of a drink. Just sometimes nice out here on the deck. Let's see a nice light color. Let's take a sip and see what we see. Okay. That definitely has some Irish cream and some mint in there. Not really tasting a lot of the coffee yet. Maybe that'll develop as the beer goes on. That's actually pretty tasty. That's something homeschool mama may even enjoy. So, what are we talking about tonight? Well, folks, as many of you know, I'm very, very religious, and actually my kids are finishing up. They're actually at camp right now, a Catholic camp. They are finishing up what we're deeming the month of Jesus. They went to Steubenville, they went to Vacation Bible School, and now they're kind of wrapping it up with a trip to the Catholic summer camp. Great experience. They've had a great time. Lots of good reflections and revelations and whatnot. Well, my two oldest who went to Steubenville, my daughter, Swedish Compass, was a bit put off when she first got there because on the marquee it said expect miracles this weekend, and a lot of the speakers even would get up and say, we're gonna have, I can feel it, we're gonna have miraculous healing, we're gonna have a miracle happen here. And she was very put off by that because, it's a miracle isn't something you should expect and bank on, and she's not wrong. But there is I'm actually a skeptic of many of these miracles, so-called miracles people say. There are, of course, I do firmly believe in miracles. I believe they happen all the time. But there's one category of miracles I will always be skeptical of. And it might surprise some of you, but that is medical miracles. People who claim they've had miraculous healings from just being prayed over or having someone lay their hands on them. Now, yes, there is a belief and a custom in the church that backs up medical healings. Jesus did tons of them in the Bible. There are lots of saints who, after invoking a saint to pray for you, you have some sort of healing. It does happen. Unfortunately, though, they're the number one miracle, quote unquote, that is used by scammers. That's used by people trying to take advantage of people with faith. Because honestly, they're pretty easy to fake. I'm always very skeptical when someone says they had a miraculous healing. When I was quite young, I went to a retreat, And one of the people said that they were a healer, that they could heal people through prayer. And another one of our friends went up, and he was skeptical of this person's ability. And there's a lot of energy going on, a lot of excitement. This person was a big show. And what happened is that my friend had a stutter, and the person laid hands on him, and the guy's stutter went away. Very interesting. Well, what happened is the next day his stutter came back. When he went to the healer to ask him what had happened, they said, "Well, you must have sinned, and God took away, gave you your stutter back because you sinned." Well, this goes against everything I know, and anyone who is in the church knows that that's not how miracles work. That's not how God works. He doesn't punish you. Doesn't take away a blessing. Doesn't take away a miracle just because someone sins. That's not how this works. But people were head over heels believing in this person, when in truth, it was probably just a placebo effect. He believed that it worked so much that he convinced his brain to let him talk without a stutter. And of course, once that moment kind of dies down, you can't keep that intensity, you can't keep that rewiring of your brain forever. And so his stutter came back. It's something I've run into a lot, especially being on the ambulance. People who, believe they're being sold a medical miracle, when in truth it probably isn't. Have I seen some miracles? I guess. Medical miracles, yeah, I guess I have. I've read a lot of accounts of confirmed ones, and I mean, these ones are no way it could be construed or believed to be a placebo effect. But it is difficult. It's something, again, if I hear someone say, well, they're blessed with the gift of healing, that they can heal people, I'm very skeptical. That is something, in my opinion, is extremely rare. One, I don't believe you can just believe it's going to happen. Way too often do I hear people talk about they knew in their heart of hearts that they were going to get, a miracle. So they visit some of these holy sites that are said to, give you a healing miracle, and then they don't get it. And then all of a sudden, they can lose faith, they can lose hope, they can wonder what they did wrong, what they could have done to deserve, that they did not get their miracle. So it becomes this almost self-destructive, when that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. To quote the commercial, it's not that simple, in my opinion. We're getting in opinion territory here. A lot of these people who, like, I've listened to so many stories of people who say, they just knew if they prayed hard enough, a miracle would happen, and then this person would be healed. Well, in truth, I mean, our reward isn't here on earth. Our reward is in heaven. So if we are a really holy person or a very good person, and we do pray a lot, us being stuck here on earth for longer, it seems kind of counterproductive. So, I mean, yeah, it's great to be so someone's not in pain and suffering, but maybe it's just their time to go. Maybe it's their time to get their final reward and go to heaven. It's not nice, it's not polite, it doesn't seem right in many circumstances, but again, it's not, our final reward isn't here on earth, it's in heaven. Yeah, it's scary, the thought of passing on, the thought of dying. Even the most firm believers out there will always second guess what happens next. I, from my research into true medical healings, miraculous healings, true miracles of healing, they usually fit a formula, in my opinion. They serve more than just to make this person healthier or make them live longer. Yeah, that did happen, but there always seems to be more to it. Greater good, a strengthening of faith, conversions. That's usually I've seen. Not just, now I get to live another 20 years or whatever the condition is. So I'm always kind of suspect when people, one, say that they can do this, that they can just pray hard enough and get you a medical healing. I don't think that's how that works. I agree with my daughter. That's not how that works. You can't just say, yes, there's going to be a miracle here today. That seems and feels very sacrilegious, even that they'd put that. You can't force, you can't force God to do your will. He wants you to do His. So, hey, folks, yeah, I do firmly believe in miracles. I believe in miraculous healings, of course. Do I think that they happen in the frequency that some people claim? No. Are there people out there who I believe are in their minds doing the best thing to try and get people to turn towards faith, and they have every good intention, even though they're not actually able to divine or to transpire a miracle? Yeah, I think there are people out there who are inadvertently using some of these tricks to engage the placebo effect. And they're not doing it for the wrong reasons. They're doing it for the right reasons. It's not a true miracle in my mind. And sadly, there are way too many people out there who use these miraculous healings that understand how the placebo effect works, that they use it to their own benefit. And that's really unfortunate. So, anyway, folks, that's my take on miraculous healings. Like I said, most of the ones I hear about, I don't believe in. It takes quite a bit for me to believe that, yep, that was actually miraculous healing. Same with a bunch of other miracles I hear people talk about. I am skeptical when it comes to that, as I think everyone should be. We should all ask further questions just to make sure it actually was a miracle, because those are powerful things. And they are rare. Well, anyway, folks, I'm going to enjoy my cigar as the sun now rapidly sets down. Wonder how long I have before I'm be forced back into the garage full time. But those are all matters for another time. Anyway, folks out there, stay safe out there. We'll see you on the next one.